This is the Performance Classics Royal Enfield 500 race bike, and I'm doing a bit of work on the gearbox. I've got it all stripped out to check all the gears and shafts and everything. We've had issues with missed gears, especially when he's been changing down through the box. And of course, every time you miss a gear in a race, you're more than likely going to get overtaken by someone, which is not ideal. So I've been having a little look, and in the past I've used various different diameters of selector mechanism stop pin, which you can get to control how far the selector mechanism moves and moves the cam plate and so on, which is all well and good, but if you use a bigger or smaller diameter stop pin, it'll affect the range of movement of the mechanism in both directions. And it turns out in this case I only really want to alter one. Now if I pull the gear lever, I've got these mole grips on it at the moment, if I pull the shaft up, that'll actually bring us, I keep moving it now, there we are, we're into first gear there, or we would be. Now then, I don't know that the camera will pick this up too well, but I'll give it a go. I'm in first, neutral, second, third, fourth, fifth. All nice positive clicks with the mechanism going all the way to the stop, which is what you want, and that's very unlikely to miss a gear changing up from first through to fifth. However, coming down the box, fifth, I've gone as far as I can, we're against the stop pin now, and it hasn't clicked into fourth, it hasn't quite got there. Now if I release the mechanism a bit and just pull again, doink, see it goes in that little bit more, fourth to third, same, it's not clicking, it hasn't quite got there. And third to second, no, it's not quite got there. You can just see it sort of drop in if you give it that little bit extra. And second to first does work. That's the only down change that works, is if you go from second to first gear, which you're unlikely to do in a race anyway. So we're back in first, neutral second, third, fourth, fifth, click, bang, into them all, no problem. Come down the box, alright, we just got fourth that time, and we got third, and we got second, but that was with a much more sort of determined movement. Going up the box, you can just do it gently and they drop in nicely. No effort required at all. And if I try and come down as gently as that, see, I'm not getting there. If you do it, basically it probably would go into gear if you're actually stamping on the gear pedal, but you don't do that. And the chances are, if you do, it'll probably go too far anyway. So what I've got to try and do, the gear lever's come out the pivot now, not really. There. What I've got to try and do for my downshifts is allow the mechanism to move a little bit further, this bit to move further in, which would work if I got a smaller diameter stop pin, but I need the bigger diameter to control the upshifts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this diameter of stop pin in place, and I'm going to remove some metal from the edge of the window of this bit here, and that will allow it to move further in one direction only, and that should get me the smooth, consistent gear changes I need going down through the box, just as it does going up through the box. So I'll get on with that now, and we'll see where we get to with that.